Okay, morning Alice, hope you're all doing good. So in maths we've been looking at algebra and we've looked in the last couple of days at how letters, in this case C, or symbols can represent missing numbers. And the whole thing about algebra is trying to work out what that missing number might be. So we looked at very simple equations like this, so C plus 4 equals 9. And then we were thinking then, okay, what do you add to 4 to get 9? By taking 4 away, we know we're left with 5. So in this case, C must be 5 because 5 plus 4 is 9. We also started to look at slightly more complex ones. So in here we've got F plus 3 equals 7 times 2. And it's all about this sign equals, and it doesn't mean answer. Remember we talked about the fact that it is balanced. So each side of the equation must be the same thing. So we can start this side because we can easily do 7 times 2 is 14. And if we know that this side of the equation is 14, we know that this side must also be 14. So we now know that F plus 3 must give us 14. And then we go exactly the same as question kind of 1. We're saying what plus 3 must be 14. 14 take away 3, F must be 11. So, moving on, what if we had a more complex equation like this? So we've got here 7m plus 3 is 52. And over the next few days we will look at ways that we can do this just using written method. But today we're going to start to have a look at using a bar model to solve these kind of equations. So we're going to go through what a bar model looks like and how we can use it to solve these kind of problems. So we've got a similar problem here. We've got 2c plus 4 equals 18. And to do this, to begin with, I'm going to draw a bar model. So a bar model looks like this, where you've got two bars. The first bar is one part of the equation, and it tells us that we've got 18. The second part of the bar is split into now the different sections of the equation. So 2c, we have 2 times c, and 4 make up 18. So you can see the bars are the same width across. Now, what we now start to do is look at what can we take away. And if we get rid of this 4 and take them off both sides, we're now left with 2c and whatever is left. And we had 18, we've taken 4 away from it, so we now know that 2c must leave us with 14. And there's the second part of our bar model. Now if we know that 2c is 14, to find 1c, we need to, quite simply, cut it all in half down the middle. We've got here, so we've got 1c must be half of what 14 is. Half of 14 is 7. So to finish it up, don't forget, we need to make it really clear what our answer is. C equals 7. Now, thinking about how I can check this, go back to your original equation. I now think that C is 7. So if I can check it, I can say that I think that 2 times 7 is 14, add 4 is 18. I'm happy that that's going to be the answer. So let's have a look at this second example here of an equation. This time we've got 3t plus 11 is 47. So again, step 1, I'm going to draw my bar model. So I've got 47 all along the top, and then underneath that's split into this side of the equation. So I've got 3t, and then I've got 11 here. Now it doesn't really matter how big these sections are as long as they're the same width for the 47 and the 3t plus 11, because remember that equal sign means that they're balanced, they've got to be the same. And exactly the same now, I can get rid of this 11. So I had 47 and I'm taking 11 away from it, so I now know underneath that 3t on its own without the extra 11 must be 36, because 47 take away 11 is 36. So if I've got 3t and that makes 36, my next step is to find what 1t is. So I need to think, how am I going to split 36 into 3 equal pieces? Now if I know in my head 36 divided by 3, great. If not, what we can do is use our written method. 36 divided by 3. 3's into 3 goes 1, 3's into 6 goes 2, nothing left over, therefore t must equal 12. And again, if I want to check that, 3 times 12 is 36, add 11, 47. I'm happy that 1t must be 12. So, in the set of questions that I've sent over to you, there are some examples where it draws the bars for you to begin with, so have a look at those. There are examples where you're just given the equation, so you're going to need to think about drawing those bars out. And if you're feeling really confident, what I'd like you to do is have a look at those last 3 questions where they exactly the same method, but starting to think about some more complex calculations that you might need to do in order to find your algebraic equation answer. So good luck with this, have a good go. Let us know, please adults, on my email if there's any problems or anything you want to go over again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.